What's good, YouTube? Today I just wanted to make a quick video on this Memento combo that I saw online. You could technically do this combo with any deck that plays the Fiendsmith cards, but it's especially powerful in Memento because of the fact that majority of your disruptions in this deck revolves around destroying cards on the field. So, this deck is incredibly powerful, but one of its glaring weaknesses is that it loses really hard to board breakers like Lightning Storm, Feather Duster, Evenly Matched, and this is a way to mitigate that. This is like a significantly stronger protection than setting up like Desiree with the Silhouette or Rabbit Trap, the Apophis. So I guess shout out to Lilian Angelov. I'm sorry if I just butchered your name. He got second place at a regional this weekend using like a variant of this combo. And I wouldn't have started lobbing it out if it wasn't for him. So I guess let's just hop into the combo. This is a 1-card combo with Darkblade or Angwitch. If you start with Angwitch, you have to sequence it a little bit differently, just so you like maximize on getting cards in graveyard. So eventually you do use the Darkblade anyways, but regardless, let's just hop into it. We're gonna start with Darkblade, summon Angwitch. Angwitch gets the horse. The horse will summon itself, and then it will destroy the Sleepy, the Goblin, and the Mace. This is a typical start if you're not playing around Bestials or Nib. Once again, this is a 1-card combo. It does not play through hand traps. You can't have everything. But anyways, we're going to Angwitch, bring back the Mace. Mace will destroy itself, sending Fusion and Gaddock. Gaddock will reborn itself and add back Fusion. Now you can activate Fusion, shuffling back Mace, Darkblade, and the Horse for the Creation King. The Creation King is going to send 3 Memento cards here. You're going to send a copy of itself to add the field spell in a second. You're going to put the horse back in the grave. It could just be any unique name. Other than Mace, you want to leave the Mace in the deck if possible. And then, of course, the Combined Creation, the big guy, you need that in the graveyard. Anyways, next we're going to add the field spell and then activate it. Now we can use our Fusion, pop our Creation King, and add a Bone Party. This will trigger the field spell to summon Sleepy, which will trigger on summon to fuse into the Twin Dragon. Twin Dragon is going to search for Horn Dragon and Akihiron here, and then it's going to revive back out the Sleepy. Now we can use Bone Party, destroying this Akihiron to summon the Mace back out from the deck. That's what we shuffled in, right? If you started with Witch instead of Darkblade, you would just summon the Darkblade here, and then Darkblade would get the Mace. That way you can fill up your graveyard with more names to shuffle back in a moment. Anyways, since we destroyed Akihiron with Bone Party, we get to add back the Fusion. Now we can use Mace Effect, destroying Sleepy to add the Cranium Burst. And now Sleepy is going to send one more unique name, being chain blocked by the Akihiron. So we're going to put this Darkblade back into the graveyard. Now we can link these two off for Moon, Moon for Requiem, Requiem for Lacrima, which sends Engraver. We're going to equip the Requiem and make a Necroquip here. And then we can use Engraver Effect, shuffle itself back. Now we have 2 level 6 Fiends. You ask your opponent, oh, anything here? They don't nib you. They do not have it. It makes the most sense to nib here because that's just the freest Caesar of all time. And then you summon your big guy and it's like, now you have everything plus the Caesar. So if they don't nib you, now you can continue on with this combo. Instead of making a Caesar, you link them off for Sequence. Sequence is going to put back the Necroquip for later and the Sleepy and summon out Big Wing Baphomet. Now this is going to send Diabels to the grave. Then you can link those 2 off for SP, banishing the Diabels. It's important that you make SP to banish Diabels here, because Baphomet only summons back from banished. This also technically plays around Bestials, in more ways than one, which you'll see in a second. But essentially what we're going to do is on our opponent's turn, use the Baphomet effect in the draw phase to summon back out the Diabels. And then we can't be hit with Lightning Storm, can't be hit with Evenly, can't be hit with Droplet, nothing, no breakers at all. Anyways, now we're going to summon out the Horn Dragon, because you could pass on SP and safely play around Nib, but we've already checked that they don't have it, so we don't have to do that. Now we can establish an even stronger board. If we link these 2 off for the Silhouette Rabbit and set Apophis here, if you don't know, Apophis is during the main phase only. You can summon it and then negate face-up cards on the same chain, like summon window, as other face-up continuous traps you control. So essentially during the main phase, it is an Omni Negate for the, when you flip up Cranium Burst, so you go chain 1, chain 2, or chain 1, chain 2, doesn't matter. They'll both be face-up when it resolves. But anyways, now we're just going to summon out our big guy by shuffling back a bunch of names, and then set the fusion and the cranium burst. And now we also have a loaded graveyard, by the way. So we have the Horn Dragon, the Creation King, Angwitch, and Akihiron. So we get maximum disruptions. But because we were able to keep the Dark Blade, we're also going to get another additional disruption on top of all this. And you'll see as I kind of play it out in this combo. So end phase, we'll get to set the Bone Party as well. We have all 4 set. And we're chilling. So normally you would have a Desiree instead of the Rabbit. But since we're able to summon Diabells in the draw phase, we don't have to worry about getting Lightning Storm for our life savings. We can let our opponent freely set as many as they want. To be honest, a lot of people try and bluff set something around Diabells. Because you have this Omni Negate, you don't care about bluffs. They can set as many from their hand. And when they activate the first set card, then you can Apophis Negate. Because you don't have to worry. This negates Unchained, so it's very, very hard to respond to this. Anyways, that'll negate. If they set bluffs beforehand, the Rabbit will just get a free pop, because why not? As well as this Combined Creation triggering on the next chain to summon out the Creation King. Now this is important because it's going to allow us to keep popping back where our opponent is not activating a spell or trap this game, okay? So, we're going to get a Diabell's pop on the next one. We can get rid of the trap because it served its purpose. Then they set a third card. We can go Creation King, triggered 1 for 1. This will trigger the field spell and the Akihiron engrave. Okay, we'll get our Horn Dragon and the Akihiron back. When they set a fourth card, we'll activate Bone Party, destroying the Horn Dragon and summoning out Sleepy from the deck. Then the Horn Dragon will trigger. If they have an extra monster or something, you can pop that instead of Akihiron. But in this case, we're just assuming we're just going to keep popping back row. So we'll destroy our 2 monsters and 1 back row. This will trigger Sleepy, and the Akihiron. The Akihiron will add something back. You could get Bone Party or just another name, doesn't matter. The Sleepy, importantly though, is going to send Gaddock. Gaddock will trigger, summon itself back, and add back Sleepy. Now, you basically want to hold this Sleepy until they set again. Because we're going to pop another back row. We're going to activate Sleepy effect when they set, fuse into Twin Dragon. Twin Dragon will search for 2 names, so we'll get Goblin and Mace here. And now the Twin Dragon floats into the Dark Blade that we have engraved. Dark Blade on summon, pitches a Memento, and pops a back row. Then, if they can still set cards, we still have more disruptions. Okay, we can Mace steal a monster if we want, or we can just go for a Guardian Chimera play using the Memento Fusion, and then pop more, draw some cards, whatever. We can basically get rid of the Rabbit because that's also dead now, and then the Dark Blade is just follow up on the next turn. But, yeah, on top of all of this, okay, so we've popped 7 cards or something? We also have 5 monster negates with the Cranium Burst. They cannot attack the Diabells because they have to hit this guy because he's the biggest Memento on the field. So they literally cannot even clear us with a Bestial or a Kashtira monster. Plus, we have, what was the other disruption there? I don't know. It's just the 5 negates plus 10 million pops. Plus a Snatch Steal from the Mace. So it's very, very hard out this board. This is basically a pseudo FTK. Here's a sample deck list that I've just been kind of playing around with, trying to make this combo work. You could easily swap out the 1 for 1 and the Grand Breakouts for 3 Veilers or something. That's just personal preference. But basically what I do is I side the Rabbit for Desiree. Because you're not fusing for Desiree, it just doesn't make sense to keep it in the extra deck. Generically going first, this is stronger. But generically, when you don't know if you're going first, this is stronger. But if you know you're going first, this Diabell's line plays around every breaker. It does not matter. So it just makes no sense. You're not going to be summoning Desiree. You're going to be summoning Diabells and you're FTKing them. So you're never going to get another chance to summon Desiree. So you just side out the Desiree for the Rabbit. You put in the Diabells, the Apophis, and Anti-Spell or some other Floodgate for, I just do the 3 Fua losses, but it could be anything. Anyways, yeah, Desiree only stops 1 card, and it can be played around if you go Droplet Send. The Diabells plays around everything. It cannot be outed by any spells or traps. They cannot be attacked over. This combo is actually insane. But anyways, that was it for this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed this combo. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.